Joining us now to discuss this further, a guy I trust and gives us the truth. Chief economist, global strategist, the founder of Schiff Gold, our pal, Peter Schiff, back on the program. Peter, how about it? I don't see anything good of the BRICS nations coming together and strategizing, as they say, to pretty much take over the world and screw over the West, which is us. Yeah. I'm a little concerned. Well, shouldn't we be worried?
Oh, we should be. And first of all, they supply us with a lot of goods, but they also have loaned us a lot of money. And the interest that we have to pay on that debt is soaring. You know, Treasury bond yields today hit the highest level in 16 years. We've got a 32.7 trillion national debt that is becoming much more expensive to finance. And, you know, this backup in the yield on the 30-year Treasury, mortgage rates are going to hit 8% pretty soon. So think about that for a minute, because when was the last time anybody was looking at an 8% mortgage? Just a year ago, they were in the threes.
I know.
So everybody is going to be paying more.
Yeah, and you know what's it's sick? So I'm almost 50. You're probably in your 50s. So folks 50 and over remember the late 70s, early 80s of double-digit interest rates on homes, right? 12 to 18%. We haven't seen those in years, thank goodness. But ever since the '08 bubble pop in real estate, I would say rates have remained pretty fair and decent, right, over the last 15 years until now. 8%?
Well, yeah. Well, the Treasury yields are the highest since 2007, so before
there we go, right
the
before
financial
the
crisis. And so mortgage rates are going to be higher than they were before the real estate bubble popped, but they're headed a lot higher. We are broke as a nation, and the inflation genie is out of the bottle. You know, more than 10 years of reckless money printing. There's no way these rate hikes are going to do anything about that. So high inflation is here to stay, and it's going to get even higher. And so how Joe Biden can talk about a strong economy when we're the world's biggest debtor nation, we have record trade deficits, record budget deficits, and inflation that's about to run out of control, I don't think the economy has ever been this weak.
Wow. Whew, just a plethora of positive information from our pal Peter Schiff today. Can I go back to BRICS? Because to me, this is scary. As I said in the lead up to you, I don't think this would have happened because the war between Russia and Ukraine really sparked this. I know that the nations were already speaking, but because of that war and because of UN nations and the West cutting off Russia and other nations, I think that's pushed them into that corner. Am I wrong in saying that?
No, you're right. The blowback from those sanctions is going to be a disaster. Yes, I don't think that Trump would have been dumb enough to have made that mistake. You know, the United States really depends on the dollar as the reserve currency. But what we did with those sanctions, we gave the world a powerful reason not to want to be a part of that system anymore, because we demonstrated the downside, the risk that you take in holding dollars and being part of this dollar payment system. So we, it gave everybody another reason, as if they needed more, to de-dollarize. And so that whole process has been sped up. The last thing we should have done was punish Russia for doing exactly what we wanted them to do. We wanted Russia to hold dollars because that benefits us. That keeps our prices down, that keeps our interest rates down. And then we punished Russia for doing exactly what we wanted them to do. Now, what kind of message are we sending to the rest of the world?
Right. And again, by not pushing for peace, we have allowed Russia to cozy up to China, which is our number one adversary, not Russia, unlike the left and the media try to lie to us and make us believe. And so now, militarily, they've got a bond, but even bigger and more troubling is the economic war that could be waged against us in the future by these BRICS nations. That's what I'm worried about. We've got to get Biden out of there. We've got to get some sort of control over this. Obviously, stop the runaway spending, but start talking peace and get this war over with so we can try to make up with Russia so they don't run and do this with BRICS.
Yeah.
My opinion.
And they're bragging. They're bragging about the war. I mean, there never should have been a war. You brag about avoiding wars, not about starting them. And I agree. I don't think we didn't have any wars when Trump was president. That was one of the things he got right. He kept us out of war. And as soon as Biden comes in, next thing you know, not only do we have a war, but we have the potential for a world war. I mean, who the hell wants to risk that? Over what? Over Ukrainian independence? This is nonsense.
I know.
This war should have ended before it started.
Yeah.
They should have
never heard that guy right
not
there.
Let it go off.
Well, and Peter, we've never heard that guy right there once mention peace. That's what's insane to me. This war started last February. You're looking at a year and 7 months, and not once has our alleged commander-in-chief said, well, let's get the two to the bargaining table and I'm going to broker a peace deal to say, no, nothing. Peter Schiff is always...
He wants endless war. He doesn't want peace. He doesn't care how many people die. There's a lot of innocent, Russians and Ukrainians, that are dying. That for what?
And our dollar is dying, our economy is dying, all thanks to Joe. Again, all roads lead back to Joe and his regime. Peter Schiff, as always, he'll tell you, buy gold. Thanks, Peter.
Yeah, you should, before it gets too expensive.
Right. It's already up there. It's past me. I can't afford it. Thanks, Peter. Take care.
So long.
Yep.